Hey everyone, welcome to the Midnight Ride with Grayman Prepping. Oh, it's going to be a fun night. It's so fun. I'm bringing in the backup for this one because these are the guys I'm going to need for the crap we're dealing with tonight. Oh boy. Let's see who's all here first. Let's get up here. And up here. First one in was Star Homestead India. He said hi, and then I hope he'll be back. He may have been going to bed. All right. Then Walt Rogers came in. Then Moon Over Miami, Idaho Garden Girl, Shadow Scout Swede, Storms, Radios, and Cats, Suburban Hillbilly. Wait a minute. I thought I saw one in there earlier. Okay, I guess it's not too farther down here. So Suburban Hillbilly, Green Granny 2, Cowgirl Hippie Chick, Troop 1351, there they were. Suzanne Goulet, Ungrateful Peasant, Passamaquoddy, Tammy Ecker, and Tibor. All right. Go ahead and take this down on the other side here so I can actually bring the other stuff up here. Actually, before I bring the other stuff up here, either I'm going to need these guys or I'm going to need this guy. Yeah, there's some stuff out here that it's just, has me, what's the word I'm looking for? Concerned, pissed off, pardon my French. Okay, so we're going to go to the Martinez Patch branch of the Patch News Service and pick up some of the stuff from California. Alrighty, first headline: Lyme disease. Ticks entering the most active time of the year for California. Ticks are dead up here right now. I mean, the ground is so friggin' hard up here, ain't no tick, and frozen, there ain't no ticks around. But California's worrying about Lyme disease again. So anybody that's in that type of an environment across the country, as it warms up, I guess they're expecting Lyme disease to be really big this year. Okay, next thing. California exodus loses steam. State's population eyed. I got to look at that one. That's just one of the ones I put it in there because I knew I was going to have to look at it. So let's go ahead and look at it, and we'll see what in the heck's talking about. What in the heck talk about it? California is still the most populous state. Duh. And some economic forecasters say population gains could return. BS. Not with what the real economic scientists are saying. It's going to be a whole lot worse because they're expecting some really nasty crud to come down this summer, and it's really going to impact California. Hey, Stephanie, how's it going? So yeah, so they're expecting it between April and between April 2020 and July 2022. The population dropped by 500,000 people, not counting illegal aliens. All right, because, yeah. Anyways, so that's what that one was all about. Let's see, next one. This one I chuckled at. 9 California companies ranked among Forbes' best large employers. America's best large employers. 9 companies. Only because they got so many friggin' laws in there to help people because even the demon rats were getting away with crap in the companies they own. But yeah, I wonder who's rating them as best. Large employers. The unions? Possibly. Okay. There is a company called Tuesday Morning. And Tuesday morning, let me get into the story because it's actually really good in the story here. Tuesday morning has 487 stores nationwide. It has filed for bankruptcy and is closing more than half of those stores. All right, so that means 263 stores nationwide in low traffic regions will be closed. 37 of those stores are in California. Drop in the bucket comparison. But they don't say where the largest amount of those stores are, which state. Gonna say they're just focusing on California here. So yeah, they are not saying which stores. So basically, the company has 487 stores in 40 states. So you need to figure out which states those are. If the company's called Tuesday Morning, and it's a discount home goods retailer. So that's what's happening there, which means there's 230 some odd ones elsewhere in the nation closing down as well. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? Stephanie says she knows that company, lots of linens. Maybe stuff will be on sale. If it is, stock up, especially on the stores that are closing. Get in and wait till they, 50% discount or whatever, 40% discount to get cleared out so they close it. That's when you go ahead and do it. Hang on. I just caught this comment. They're expecting the illegals to fill in the gap. Yeah. So all the hard workers are leaving, and they're getting illegal aliens who, yeah. Anyways, we're not going to go there. All righty. Okay, this was 2 days ago. San Francisco Bay Area, 71,000 lose powers. Trees topple as fierce winds rip through the Bay Area. And guess what? The next one from today says, Bay Area, possible snow, under freeze warning. And what's interesting is, this is for Northern California, San Francisco Bay Area. Steve down in LA, I sent him a picture, and he was the reply email to him. Yeah, you're right. And he goes, oh, I guess you're right. We're supposed to get some snow here this weekend in Southern California. All right, so those are all the news ones I had out that were worth mentioning here. Check out what the patch system is available nationwide. Check to see if there's a local patch in your county or even in your city, and then you can get these little. I get emails probably 1 or 2 a day, and it's just look at the headline, delete, or save, and open it up and look at it. Oh yeah, and couple of the meteorologists were saying, it's coming down like this, and we think it's going to go across like this again. So, hey, snow in Southern California is not that unbelievable. When I lived there back and we moved down to Southern California in 66. That year, that winter 66, 60. Pros. It snowed down there. Where we were at, it snowed. We were in Tahunga. It snowed. Then we were down in a couple of years later when we were down in an area called Sun Valley, right next to Burbank. Beautiful downtown Burbank, home of Laughing. It snowed there too. Not much. Didn't last more than about 5 minutes on the ground, but it snowed. Yeah, and by then I was up in Northern California, and we had some. I think 89. I got married in 80. 8. Yeah, 89 was the year my dad died. Yeah, we had some really bad freezes that year too. All righty. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way on the other screen here. There we go. Drop that down. And I got some pictures I want to bring up here for you. You all need a good laugh, so now I'm going to give you a good laugh. This is the picture I sent to Steve at Corsair Trainers. I'm afraid you've been a couch potato for too long. Get off the couch, people. Exercise. Move around. All right. Next one here. Oh, this ought to be good here. Get it up to the right size. I found that Klingons like pizza because there is a bathless pizza cutter. All right, so there's your bathless pizza cutter. All right, what's the next one here? I found a couple of these good ones here. Oh, in prepping, along the lines of prepping, people talk about getting all this water filters and stuff and everything else. Well, if you find water, there's a special tool that's out here. I'm going to show you a picture of it. Courtney has a small version of it, and you can use it for making medical alcohol or distilling water or fuels or whatever. So the homeschooling lesson, this went really well this week. Next week, we're doing marketing and distributing. All righty. And let's see, I got a couple more here left. 3 left. Oh, today. Who knows what is special about today? Who knows what is special about today? Give you guys a few seconds there to figure it out before I throw it up here. And about 8 seconds. Okay. There. Someone's. Yeah. Wayne nailed it. Wayne nailed it. Happy 223 Day. It's February 23rd. However, saying Happy 223 Day, we may have to stop doing that because the NATO countries are feeling. What's the word I'm looking at? Discriminated against because they can't say Happy 556 Day. All righty. Okay. When I was a kid, if you wanted money, you couldn't do it to GoFundMe because, hey, the internet wasn't around yet. All right, well, part of the internet was military only. So, yeah. Keyboard depends on what you want. You want it to cool too quickly or not, and how long your coils are. All right, so again, GoFundMe in the day. Yeah. All right, and the final one here. Let's see if I can. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge it just a little bit more. Slide it up, enlarge it a little bit more. Up, down one. No. So basil's the first one. Okay. All right, here we go, folks. So the middle column there is start indoors. The far right column is transplant outdoors. So I hate to tell them, I already got my tomatoes, and they're already about 14 inches tall inside. But of course, those are staying inside all summer long. So yeah, we got. Yeah, so there's all your stuff. Earliest thing Brussels sprouts, March 15th. However, if you plant them out here on May 1st, they're going to die. They're going to get frozen. This April 1st stuff, lettuce and onions, the ground's still frozen solid here. March 20th, if ground is still frozen solid, definitely going to lose that. So you actually got to check these dates for the area you live in. Let me go ahead and take that down. And I got one more thing to put up here. Okay. Let me go ahead and drop the link in here for those that want to come on up here. Good night, Stephanie. Take care. All righty, so there's the link for those that want to come on up here, and I'm going to go over this page, this screen, and pin it. Okay, there's pinned to the top. I'm not sure what region that was. Hang on, let me look at that again, see if I can find it, bring that back up here really quick. Dang, I got to go back into gardening stuff. All right, that was from homesteadspirit.com, and they didn't say what growing region they were from. All right. Yeah, we've had snow on June 4th here. You know, we've had snow on June 4th. That was 2019, I believe. So, and it's colder this year than it was that year. All right, so everyone out there, actually, let me change this here. Wayne, the Ungrateful Peasant, I'm going to share his channel up here. And hang on here. So you can, that's the link to drop into off this page here. For the over on Camp Pat and Family Compound, we're doing the weight loss challenge. We got 2 teams. Individual weights are not put out publicly. Only the total team weight is. Wayne is one of the team captains. Garden Warrior Q is the other team captain. They collect the information. They pass on only the team totals to me. They don't tell me what individuals are. And then on Mondays, we talk about and see who's winning, who's losing. Right now, first week, Q's team, the Q Collective, was ahead. This past Monday, the Ungrateful Losers caught up and passed the Q Collective and lost more weight. And Wayne has put out these videos out here to help anyone, not just those on the teams, anyone that's thinking about losing some weight. And he's put these out there, and he's got some good information on there. And yeah, so you know, if you're interested in losing weight, want to see what he's doing and some of the information he's talking about, check him out. One of the things is I didn't know cinnamon came in capsule form. I knew it was good to put on, like I added a little extra to my oatmeal or whatever. It was good for me. But now that he's told me how to get it in capsule form, and it's there. So there's that for you. All righty. I'm not done yet. This may get the channel shut down here, guys. So I'm going to dance around this one very carefully. Oh, okay, it's on a Facebook reel, so I'm gonna try this. Hopefully, it doesn't get yanked. I'm surprised it hasn't been yanked from Facebook. All right, there it is. Actually, I got to change my sharing here. So as I'm going to present, share screen, entire screen, share audio. Okay, this is from Dwayne Richard Martin, and I'm not sure who he was, what the show was that he was doing here. I may not be able to play this very long, but basically froze. Basically, on the left here is the formula for a certain substance that was in some tanker cars that turned over. And after they burnt it, the substance on the right here. So the left is what was originally there, and on the right. So let's see if hopefully you guys can hear this. And
I'm showing a molecule of vinyl chloride. It contains hydrogen, carbon, and chlorine. That's it. Just those three elements. Vinyl chloride is what was on the trains. It's considered an industrial waste, but not an insanely toxic waste product. You can deal with vinyl chloride. You can, you can put it into tanker cars and you can deal with it. You can incinerate it somewhere else in a proper hazardous waste facility. That's what was on the trains. When they set fire to it, and I learned this from Eric Coppolino, who's going to be joining us, when they set fire to it, and I've confirmed this, I have EPA documents confirming this, they created this molecule in the fire, which is on the right. This is the most toxic molecule ever created by man. It's 2378 TCDD. It's one dioxin of a class of dioxins. And you'll notice that oxygens are inserted into the center of this molecule.
Okay, that's about all I want to run on it so I don't get nailed. Could you guys hear that? Am I still up? Have I been shot down? Could you guys hear what he was talking about there? If you want to hear the whole thing, there was the link on Facebook where you can find it. You can probably find it elsewhere as well. It's probably going to be all over Rumble. And okay, you did hear it. Good. So, and on Facebook, I was talking to several people about it, and someone was saying that the cloud seems to be going towards Canada. I'm not sure. Tibor probably been watching all that, and yeah. So, all right, you'll go over it later. Okay. So yeah, that's what's yeah, okay. Let me do something here real quick just to protect myself here, Brand. All right, so that thing I just shared here, do I still have? Yeah, I shared here. This is what I want to say about that little piece of information. Okay, so there's the fair use claimer that was up there. So hopefully, unfortunately, the left wing nuts really don't care about it. So that stuff. So, Moon, it's way worse than that. This stuff here, because it has the chlorine chemicals on the end of it, it doesn't break down. There's no, unlike radiation, there's no half-life. It is that way permanently. And it affects so many organs, just about every organ in the body. Oh, and also there's been, if it's dissipated already due to rainstorms, it's come back down on the ground. So everywhere it rained on it, it's now into the soil and the ecosystem in those areas. What was I going to say before I got squirreled with Tibor there? Okay, yeah, it doesn't go away. It stays wherever it is forever. It disrupts all the systems in the body. Oh, and 5 people are confirmed dead from the as a result of it. So, but you won't find that in the mainstream media. All righty. So that's again. Anybody who wants to come up here talk about anything else? So we can turn it more lighthearted if you want to. Yeah. The only fear we have here is being shut down by the platform. There's some interesting stuff going on around about. With bleach and ammonia, depending how you mix it, you can create a bunch of different things. Believe it or not, they take bleach and ammonia and they make hazing, aka rocket fuel. They changed it around. Bob, it's whatever you want to talk about. The link's at the top of the. I pinned it to the top of the chat there. If you want to come up here. And I froze. And yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. But there's nothing wrong with this. We did the good thing. Burning it. No, you should have pumped it back up and transported it to an incinerator where they burn it at a higher temperature where it doesn't form that chemical. Because stuff that is, when they burn it in the high temperature incinerators, it doesn't have a chance to form that way. They destroyed it. They just totally destroyed it before it had a chance to turn into that armored. And that's what they called it, an armored molecule, because it's got oxygen in the middle, then it has the carbons, and then it has the chlorine guarding it, and it just doesn't break down. Hey, Chipper. Well, stay safe while you're driving. Yeah, there's yeah. Yeah. And I bet there are all sorts of hazmat people that were going bananas trying to stop them from burning it before they burnt it. They were saying, "Oh, no, don't." But these guys said it's okay, so we're going to do it anyways. 4,500 fish dead, mostly. 1 dead possum that they found. 2 dead birds that they found. Showed no sign of pollutants. This stuff's not going to show sign as a pollutant. Yeah, because it takes just a little bit of it and it starts screwing with organs, and it looks like organ failure. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, this stuff will kill the zombies too. Yeah, I really don't think they explain why it was burnt. The problem is, in their explain why it was burnt, they didn't explain by burning it, we created this much worse chemical. They never even mentioned that. And it's, their explanation of why it was burnt has more holes in it than my colander does. Yeah, that explanation of why it was burnt was a whitewash BS story. Irritates the crap out of me when you get some of these idiots doing stuff that they have a little bit of knowledge and they listen to somebody else that has just a little bit more knowledge when they should have this much knowledge to make the decision. Yeah, it was, yeah. All I know is on the railroad tracks that run by near us, they just replaced them last year. Totally took 6 months to replace them all, and they lowered the limit, the speed limit the trains are allowed to drive because there's so many unregulated crossings around here, and so they're kept to a slower pace. And then the big city down south, the county seat of Bingham County, says, you guys are limited to this much within so many miles of the city. And then they start as soon as they leave the city, they start hitting all these unregulated crossings. And once they get up to Shelley is the same thing. You got to keep it slow within so many miles of our city. And then by that time, they're up into Idaho Falls, and Idaho Falls puts even a bigger, blockage because they're a larger city. You can say, oh, no, you got to have a longer distance to slow down. So fortunately, they're kept slow here. And of course, most of the stuff that travels by tanker here, coming up in this area, as far as I know, and I had looked into a lot of it, There are a few stuff, but mainly stuff that comes in is oil and gasoline and diesel fuel. There are, once in a while, there is some other ones coming in for one of the processing plants, but generally the chemicals they use up there, they have it trucked in because they don't use large volumes of it. They use, they have it trucked in on like the 20-foot tanks that go, looks like a Connex, only it's a tanker on a truck. They haul those in, or they have them hauled in by tankers themselves. So you can expect there's going to be all sorts of lawsuits over that unless they have recorded proof of the temperature and the pressure on that tank. They're going to get sued. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Good night, Glenn. Take care. Ooh. Yeah.
What's on the rail service you're talking about today?
Well, in the link I put in there, up here on there's a Facebook link I put in there. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Back at 10 minutes, 10:20 my time, so about 12 minutes ago. It's a Facebook link, and it was a news one of these talk show guys, and he had some professor, chemical engineer professor type guy coming on, and that said that vinyl chloride they burned there in Ohio because they burnt it at air temperature. The chemical it turned into is what they call a forever chemical.
Oh, nice.
It's indestructible now.
That's pleasant.
Yeah. And it affects practically every organ of the body if you get it in you.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into that story very much.
Yeah, but if you can scroll back up and you'll see that link I posted at 20 minutes after.
Okay.
You can see if you can save it, then save it and watch it later. But yeah, a friend of mine, actually a friend across the street here, Curtis, he didn't share it on his regular Facebook page. He sent it to certain people. Once he found it, he pulled it and sent it to people. And it's like, holy, I mean, I was like, I was hazmat certified under the federal level when I was working in construction. I was certified to the point that if there was a major spill, they could call me to go over there and start setting things up while they got their people coming. I mean, that was a 2-week class I went through, intense class. And because our company started doing some hazmat stuff, so they had several of us trained in that class. And I tell you, this is one of those things that scares the hell out of me.
I had to take the hazmat courses, probably the same one you took, because I did aircraft emergency reclamation. I ran that program pretty much the whole time I was in for the squadrons that I was assigned to. And also that in my shop, when we left the base and went on detachment, typically somebody in that rate had to go get hazmat and stuff for the squadron when we're on detachment. So
I had to do that at Boeing because all the chemicals that we use manufacturing the aircraft, how to fill out the placards for the barrels properly and sort and separate and what to do if something goes wrong, because sometimes things do go wrong. Somebody will throw iodine in with some solvent, and then you've got a fire.
Yeah. All right, what Tibor just said, that NTB, National Transportation, bullshit, said the placards were plastic and melted in the initial fire. They changed rules because those were not allowed to be plastic on rail. They had to be steel.
Yeah, that's helpful.
With high temperature paint.
Has anybody who fought the fire or railroad workers been hospitalized yet, or do you know?
All I know is there were several ones quoting. I can't remember. I should have pulled that one too.
Okay.
That 5 people had died that were linked to it.
Okay.
Whether those were firefighters or not, I don't know.
That's
But
enough. Yeah.
mainstream media is not reporting anybody that had died. They're trying to hush it up and cover it up.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder who owns part of Norfolk, that also is a demon rat who also owns mainstream media.
Well, did they determine the cause of that crash?
I haven't heard that. Tibor, have you heard what the cause was? Why it derailed? Or is it one of the ones they won't know until they get everything cleaned up and they get a chance to inspect all the track?
Could be. It's probably going to take time.
I don't know if they have like aircraft crashes. We have 30 days to wrap ours up. I don't know if the trains have the same thing.
Well, I think they have to get an initial report out, but they can delay it if for what the cause derail until they get all the cars off there, so they can actually run their special little track thing down there and see if they can find out where it happened and what was wrong with the track.
Well, just let's hope it's not foul play. That's what I hope for.
It says wheel bearing. They suspect
wheel bearing. Okay.
They show that video like 2 weeks later and released it to the news immediately, and it's a random video of a brake fire. We don't know if it's that train or if it's any train in the last 20 years. They just showed a video of,
Oh,
no
file footage. Mm-hmm. File footage. Yeah.
All right, Shadow Scout. Have a good day at work. Oh man. Yeah, it's just
Oh, in my area here, there was a large facility for railroad maintenance, and that's where my neighbor worked for his whole life. Railroad maintenance, the trucks and the locomotives, all that stuff, and the tracks. He was involved in all of it. And probably 10 years ago, they shut the facility down and tore it down. So where do they take their stuff to now? I wonder. Or do they?
They're consolidating places into mega centers.
Okay.
But the problem is that if something's out here on this line over here and the mega center's over here on this line over here,
you got to get it there.
Your car stays here all the friggin' time. How do they get it over here?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because this was an enormous switch yard, because we've got ports along the coast here.
Yeah.
And this was an enormous switch yard, and he, like I said, he worked there since the end of World War II until he retired. And then they shut the place down and tore all the buildings down, and it's like, where do they take it to now? I hope they don't have to take it all the way out of state, for crying out loud.
Yeah, they swear that, Tibor, but just by that little video, you don't know what it was or what train it was, or even if it was a train this decade.
Yeah.
And the things blaming stuff always on wheel bearings. It seems to be blaming a lot of it on wheel bearings. The way they inspect those trains and stuff, anyways. I mean, they all the electronic links. I mean, they hear a flat wheel going by, they tag that car. They hear the wheels squeaking, they tag that car. And so, I mean, there's the journals on that have so much grease and lubricant in there, to keep it from doing stuff like that, that it would have to run dry for months of neglect.
Trains derail, but then they don't go in and set fire to hazardous chemicals right away.
Trains derail, but usually it's not wheel bearings. It's the ties start breaking down or whatever, or the wet water has softened one side of the rail bed, or something twists or something does something, and then the train's running along. And then the other thing is that you get a flat wheel where you have to jam on the brakes and it locks and it gets a flat spot on it, and then it bounces as it goes along. And those they try to get rid of instantly.
Now, I like machining and stuff, and I looked up a video about how they repair the bogie wheels and all that. And there was one facility somewhere back east showing the truck, because the rail cars just sit on top of the two trucks, and their job was to do repairs on the trucks. And this fellow in the video said they don't make those trucks anymore. These things are like 80 years old. So, and now they're having to repair these things constantly rather than getting new ones that have 50 or 80 years of life left in them. That might be factored into some of these derailments and all that. Because a repair is never as good as a manufactured to spec. And
right. Because some ones I've seen they were talking about how they did it, because they have inside the journal casing, they pull out the sleeve out, put a new sleeve in.
Yeah.
And the problem they have is when that sleeve gets worn something really, really bad, and they lose one on a line, and it's past the sleeve into the casing. Then they bring it. Then they weld. Lost Wayne. They weld build the casing and then machine it back down to put a sleeve in it.
Yeah, they have to put it on a horizontal milling machine and boring bars to bring it back to spec. And repairs are good and they'll last for a long time, but that I found it to be disturbing that they don't make those trucks anymore.
Yeah, the thing is, with some of the new cars and stuff, they're making new trucks.
Okay.
Because basically, they have like you have those multiple gondolas that are connected together. Have a shared truck. That's new. That's not years old. That's new. And some of those were originally 2-axle trucks. Well, now I've seen them where they're 3-axle trucks.
Okay.
And that's really a new thing.
That is, yeah. Because the old one.
They also have that where they have like the car auto carriers that are sharing a truck that way. That way they can just drive from one into the other.
Yeah.
Real easy. And they also have those the cargo containers that look like a hopper that are sitting really low to the track, and they set the first set of cargo containers down inside of it, and they stack another one on top. Yeah. Those are fairly new too. Those aren't those are maybe 20 years old, but they're some of the ones I'm seeing are brand new, and the trucks have to be brand new because they are not. There are not less cars on the thing. Now, it may have been for that specific type of car that they don't manufacture those anymore. And they may be phasing out those cars, but
that's awful.
I think they are, but I could be wrong. They may be made in Germany. They may be made over by Red Dragon.
Yeah, nothing's made in the States anymore, which is sad.
My kids were made in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, you go to buy a simple pair of scissors. No, you're not going to find it made in the U.S. I found a few scissors. You know what I mean? It's like even the simplest stuff is not made here anymore. What the hell, man? I just hope that they're not made by corrupt manufacturing facility. That'd be scary.
Okay, Tibor. Yeah. Tibor, I agree with you on that. And not only is the companies doing poor maintenance, they're doing poor employee. They're overworking the employees. They're cutting employees the number of employees on trains. They're making them work more shifts. They're docking them when they have to call off sick, and they're just basically I
looked into that back when all this rumors about transportation, blah blah, and I looked into some interviews with the railroad workers, the hoghead, and all that, and they treat these guys like crap, dude. I mean, they really do. And one guy got fired because he had a collision with another rail car in somewhere around Portland, and he lost his job, and it wasn't his fault. It was poor maintenance and signaling. And he had already reported it that this needs to be addressed and fixed, but the railroad won't spend any money on upgrading their rail lines and their procedures. and he lost his job. And so it's like, what the heck? This is national transportation stuff, guys. You got to spend some money to be able to keep it open and keep it running, but the railroad just doesn't want to. They want to keep cutting costs, and yeah, that's a shame, because some of the engineers were talking about how they're all treated like they're temporary employees for years until they get established in with the company, and they'll have these guys on call. It's not a routine go to work at this location, come home at this location. No, 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 no. For the first 5 years or so, these guys are on call.
Mm-hmm.
And it affects their home life. That's why a lot of the railroad engineers won't stay with the company. They'll go find another job because they've got a family at home, and they want.
Not even the new ones. The old timers are saying, "Screw it.
Yeah.
I can retire now at 75% pension. I'm not going to stay another 5 years to get another 10%."
That's kind of how I was with Boeing. Is like, I'm 55, I can pull a plug. I'm doing it.
Yeah. And then when they started docking these guys, saying if you call off sick near a weekend, you get so many points, so many demerits added to you. You get so many after so many demerits, we can demote you or fire you.
Yeah, Boeing was like that. Plus the wokeness that came into the company, and it's like, and I got a foot injury that took a long time to heal, and I just went, with corporate greed, they're going to fire me rather than allow me to retire. So that's when I went, boop, I'm pulling the plug. I'm getting out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, even when I first started for DHS, there were a lot of good people. We had good people at the top, and then they got pushed out for demon rats and politically appointees from Congress, and it started getting toxic there. Yeah. The low level, the boots on the ground are still right wing. It's the bureaucrats up above that are being replaced by left wing that is just turning to holy hell.
Well, let me tell you what happened with Boeing on the commercial side. When I first hired in, everybody in the higher management, all the way up to the board members, started off on the factory floor, blue collar. All of them, all the way down to all of them, the management, all of them. And then they started preventing us who were blue collar from getting promotions into those jobs because we didn't hold a degree. So they took those positions away from blue collar people like me and put in college education, university grads who'd never touched the airplane. They'd never touched a tool. They don't know how to manufacture or repair. And that's when they brought in all the wokeness with them. And soon all upper management is full of university grads who have no sense of reality and what we do to get the airplane out the door. Yeah, they don't know how to make the airplane. Now, how can you manage a business group when you don't know how to make the product? You can't effectively do it. That's part of national transportation too, is the aviation. And I was like, oh man, I got to get out of here. It's done deal. Well, I can't stick with you long, Gil. I just it's down to 28 degrees here again with wind chill. And I just opened up the cupboards underneath the kitchen sink and put a space heater blowing on there. So yeah, and then I got to finish the dishes. So thanks for having me up on your panel.
Thanks for coming up here.
Yeah, I got to bounce. Bye, everybody. Take care.
All right. See you later. Hey, PDE, how's it going? Yeah. Yeah, and it's I do know that in in construction, they've had, when I was working it with and stuff, and my brother and everything else, they had some idiots come out, educated idiots come out. Oh, this is the way you do it. And they looked at it and says, it ain't going to work that way. And that's not what the specs call for. And, they've actually had, the lower guys go round and round with some of these educated idiots from municipalities and take them to court and, prove that this guy should not even be working. He doesn't know what he's doing. He may have a degree, but he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to actually do the job. And, yeah. Those in charge knew that it meant an extra. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm not in a good mood. Sorry, folks. Give me another. Come on, lighten me up. Come up here and join me, folks. Let's change the topic around. Who wants to talk gardening? Tell you what, hang on. Hang on a second here. Let's talk something lighter. Tira said, a woman telling Trump, thank you for not forgetting about us. Yeah. It took Trump bringing stuff in to get government agencies off their butts to do stuff. Oh, he's embarrassing us. We better get out there and try to claim all the credit. Yeah. It's I put myself through the police academy, and they're saying, well, you got to have a degree. I go, why? I'm learning what I have all these courses plus all these other ones. And they go, oh, yeah, you do have enough college credits. Okay, we'll allow you to be in the academy. I came out third in the academy class. You're getting there. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second here. Let me get something here for Jay. Here it is. All right, Jay, look right here. Jay, you are no longer a comedian. You are a serious bookworm. Oh, Wayne's going to have a potting party. Wayne's having a pot party tomorrow. When I first looked at, when I heard, I thought it says, we're at a potty party. Going to pot all the berry plants because they're not dormant. Going to keep them in pots outside for the next 6 weeks. Yeah. 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 Man. Yes, let's see. Hang on, let me check something over here on the other side here. And the weather for today, refresh. Oh, it's warmed up a little bit. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Earlier today, it was down to 15 degrees. Now it says 23 out there. The low tonight is supposed to be 7. And we have snow before 11 p.m., which means it's got 5 minutes to snow. Then it's 11 o'clock here. Sunny, mostly sunny tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to be going to the gas station, take my propane tanks, take two propane tanks down there and get them filled. because I mean this winter is definitely colder than it was last year in this house, because I got 6 more cords of wood this year, and I had some wood left over from last year. Okay, I'm unfrozen. I've got myself unfrozen there. I worked fast on it that time. I saw it happen. My computer lost communications with my camera, so I had to change the setting to my camera real quick. And now I'll turn it back up from low definition to standard. There we go. Now I'm back on standard definition. I forget what I was saying before I froze there. Oh, the propane tanks. Yeah, if I can get this being so cold here. I mean, last winter, by the time I got into May and into June, there I still had probably 3 or 4 of the big yellow wheelbarrows full of firewood inside the shop, plus a pile outside here that I never got moved in, that I never used. And so this year I got all the 6 cords in there, plus some of the stuff that was piled out there that didn't go in. And I'm running out of wood fast because it gets so freaking cold here that I've been having, to keep the house semi-warm. I'm burning. I have the wood burning stove has a fan built into it, and I got that cranked up on high, so it's blowing heat all the time. And then I got those other little heat fans on top of it, so that's helping to move heat and air past it to circulate heat around the house. But it's just colder. And I got 2 of the windows. I got the one door in the kitchen, which I hardly ever use, with a blackout curtain over it, acting as insulation as well, and the window in the dining room with a blackout curtain over it, insulating it as well. And it still gets cold in here. Let's see. So Friday night here we got 30% chance of snow, mainly before 11 p.m. mainly, and it says short freeze. New snow accumulation less than 1/2 inch possible, which means it can actually be about 1.5 to 2 inches. Saturday's clear. High near 34. Oh, it's going to be above freezing on Saturday. Yay! Saturday night, partly cloudy. Sunday, 30% chance of snow, mainly after 11 a.m. High near 35. Less new snow accumulation less than 1/2 inch possible. And then we'll go into 30% on Sunday. On Monday, 50% Monday night. Tuesday, snow likely. No percentages given. But then it says chance of precipitation is 70%, which means it's with the temperatures, they're looking at possible rain as well as snow. 40% snow Tuesday night, 30% Wednesday, 20% Wednesday night, 30% next Thursday. But the temperatures and after Tuesdays are even the highs are below freezing. Oh, that's because we're getting geomagnetic storm impacts right now. Because 2 days ago there were a couple more solar flares with CME ejections. No, because these are windows on the north side, so the sun doesn't hit them. And these are heavy, thick, insulating blackout. They're insulating blackout curtains, so it insulates it and stuff. And I've gone around with my thing testing, reading what the curtains are cold, and I pull them aside and read the wall and the window and everything, and it's keeping a lot of the cold in there. Yeah, I got a fan in the hallway blowing down this way here. I got another fan behind my green screen here. The fan in the, other than the hallways up high, so it's blowing the hot air down here. The fan down here is on the ground, blowing the cold air from here that way. And plus, I've been running 2 buddy heaters as well this year. Where last year I only ran the one on if it got really cold in the bathroom to take a shower, I'd run it in there for an hour before I took my shower. Now I'm just if temperature gets down to a certain point, I just turn it on anyways for an hour so to heat the bathroom and master bedroom up a little bit. Yeah. The earlier today at 2:46, the internet went down here, my time, because at 2:45, Grayman Prepping put out the Your Prep for Today, and I was watching it on Camp Patton Family Compound, and I got just started into it, and it went, and everything went bonkers here. And then I tried calling the place and kept getting a busy signal. And it wasn't until after 5:30, 6 o'clock. Hang on. I'm going to check what time I called them. Recent calls. Yeah, I got through to them at 5:17, and I was on hold for 35 minutes before I actually got hold of somebody. And, Dave went through, found my account, went in there. Okay, hang on a second. And he did some buttons. Okay, I'll reset it from our end, turn it off on your end, and then start it again. And it came right back up. I said, so what is that? He goes, with the problem we had, everyone's stuff isn't good. We're going through and manually resetting everybody in the area, except for those that call. If someone calls, then we go jump on theirs right away. But if they don't call, we just have a queue list. We're going down of resetting the routers. And it's like, yeah, I know. I've been trying for hours to get through to you. So. But anyways, okay. So just to let everybody know that didn't know, on Tactical Tuesday, I'm doing 3 giveaways from now on, every Tactical Tuesday. One is going to be open to all subscribers, froze, and it's based on a question that I make a point of, or say something specifically in a video that comes out from Wednesday morning through Tuesday afternoon. Then I do 2 other giveaways. One is the Wheel of Names for channel members, and I got that all set up, and I update it right up before the show, because actually when I put on Tuesday put it up, 2 people joined, so I added their names to it, and I spin the wheel, and if they're in the chat, they get a $5 Amazon gift card. And the other one is a question for channel members only. So I asked a question that channel members need to answer, and only they are allowed to answer. And I already got I'm working on questions to choose from already from the videos. Hey, Brenda, how's it going? And so that's what's happening on Tactical Tuesdays. Now, over on my other channel, Camp Patton Family Compound, I'm doing the exact same thing on Monday nights. So it runs from Tuesday morning through Monday afternoon, any videos released during that time. I try to keep it recent videos. I don't want to go back and pull something from, that wouldn't be fair to go back and pull something from 6 months ago. So I keep it any videos within the last week is what the question is going to be from. So, and just so you know, on Tuesday, I did 2 extra one on Tuesdays because we went long. We did like 2.5 hours. And so I did an extra wheel and an extra question. and Kaylin won twice. Idaho Garden Girl won twice, and WD Glock and Roll won once. So, anyways, let me take a quick look here. We got 1, 2. I'm only seeing 2 channel members in here. I'm only seeing Ungrateful and Idaho. That ain't much of a challenge to have a giveaway. All right. That's what what question. Anybody in the chat here? Write this down. Hydrodextrin. I think that's what it is. Let me make sure it is. Google it again here. No, that's not right. Is it? No. Shoot, I forget the name of that chemical. Dang it. On Tuesday, I think we were talking about it on Tuesday. Or was it Monday? That's it. It's in a lot of stuff. I was going to have everybody, check their stuff and then either send me an email or comment on every food product and medicine product they found it in. It's bad stuff. And even WebMD says it's bad stuff. Yeah, it's in a lot of food, and it's in a lot of medicines. Shoot. Maltodextrin. Yay. Yeah. That's it. Maltodextrin. Yeah. All right. So there it is. That's the word. Maltodextrin. So everybody write that down. Maltodextrin. Actually, it should be an O, not an A. Yeah. Maltodextrin. And where's it? WebMD. Let's see. So if you type in maltodextrin and you go down to WebMD and it says, what is maltodextrin? That's the one you want to look at. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that in here in the chat for you guys. So you guys can actually look at that web article, the article there. So maltodextrin. Check it out. See how much food you have in it, like Cheerios, cinnamon toast crunch. There's a bunch of them. Basically, here. Let me get this. Boom. What is maltodextrin? And we will. I can't close that ad. It won't let me close it. It's in weight training supplies, such as your protein stuff. It's in yogurt, nutrition bars, chips, salsa, spice mixes, cereals, artificial sweeteners, baked goods, beer. Yeah, it's in your beer. Snack foods, candies, soft drinks. The FDA lists the product among the generally safe food additives. Okay. And it talks all stuff like if you have celiac disease, you got to be careful about eating foods with it. It'll increase your risk of type 2 diabetes. It screws your glycemic index way up. It'll totally it gives a sudden increase to your blood glucose in people that have insulin resistance or diabetes, and it can be fatal. So check your stuff out. and the maltodextrin and see how much stuff you have has in it, and note if it's down near the bottom, that means there's less of it in there. If it's up near the top, it means there's a lot in there. And let me check something here real quick again. OST. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. So I looked up Osteobot Biflex images. That's coming up weird. Because when I was looking at it before, I'm trying to find it here. Unless they, no, that's a different. That's okay. Let's see if it shows on this one here. Because when I was looking at it, the ones they had at the store, it was like the second ingredient in there. And this is not, or unless they're hiding it now under the cellulose stuff. Yeah, it's not showing. Let me see. Ingredients to see if that shit changes it up here. Now there it is on this one here. It's down about a third of the way down for maltodextrin. The stuff I take from Members Mark, it's one of the bottom ingredients. It's way down there farther. Okay. Yeah, so you go through and you look at stuff. All right, let me see here. CH Cheerios ingredients. Oh. That has a sugar modified. I'm not sure if that one's the one actually I cheered. Let's look at this one. Kind of hard to. Man, these are not, and they're putting it out small here. Because in the that's, are they doing Honey Nut Cheerios? One of the Cheerios I had here, we had here, and I tossed it. Had it on. There's one my wife just bought from when she was up here the last time. So it might have been something there. These may be old labels, and they're adding it into stuff. Yeah, because it's not showing up here, and it was on the other ones. Is it on the Honey Nut? No. Yeah, it's not showing up on here. I found it on the other one I was looking at here, and that's why I tossed it out. Yeah. Should have saved the box so I could show you guys. But yeah, it was showing on, there's several different food things it's on, so. But yeah, there's Dr. Eric Berg, his channel's Dr. Eric Berg, was talking about it. That's how he was telling me he's showing all the stuff it does and how it affects you and stuff. And then he said one of the things you got to look out for is that it's in a lot of vitamins. And so I went and checked, and yeah, it's in my Costco chewable vitamin C, but it's not in the Costco multivitamin that I get. It's not in because it's packed full of everything else in there, so it wasn't in that one. But it was in one of the other things too. But it wasn't in any of the calcium ones, and it wasn't in. I think it was in the vitamin B one I got. I need to go back and double check, but I got everything set aside and I took and marked my label so I know which ones I need to get different of when I go shopping for the next time. So it looks like let's see, we got 17 people in here. What do you guys want to talk about? The link to come up here, people, is up on top if you want to come on up here. I'm just looking at some of the other things here. Oh, you're kidding me. Some of the bulking up stuff here. Maltodextrin powder. Carb gain. Oh, jeez. 50-pound bag of maltodextrin. There's some killer stuff for you. Yeah. Rice maltodextrin, wheat maltodextrin. There's Dr. Berg saying, is it safe? No. Yeah, so it's, tapioca maltodextrin. Oh, man. Yeah, so yeah. Well, Tibor, everything he says, I've been looking up and checking elsewhere, and it comes up, everything he's been saying is good. I've never seen a video where he claims drinking salt water is a cure-all. And if you can ever find that video and send me the link to that one, I want to see that one. All righty. Running out of things to say here, and it looks like you guys are running out of things to say too. So we're going to wrap it up here with tomorrow night on Camp Patton Family Compound. The topic tomorrow night, we can talk about what is your one main goal for 2023. We're already 2 months into it here, but what is your goal? Most people are thinking about doing stuff once it's the summertime. And I got a lot of stuff that once the snow's gone and stuff, I got a lot of stuff to do here as well. And Tuesday here on Grayman Prepping, we're going to talk about romancing SHTF. What could go wrong? And so, yeah. And Monday, of course, is going to be open chat, and we're going to start it off with talking about the weight loss challenge over there on Camp Patton Family Compound. So I want to thank Bob and Wayne for coming up here and helping me out for a while. And we're going to wrap it up now. And remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing, skills. Learn more skills. Make yourself more useful. All right, folks. See you later.